Welcome to the latest video for me, Victor M. Ruiz, trying to promote my Patreon campaign to help fund my site Earpeeler further. I want to run down some popular topics that have come along this week as I've been adding things to the site, and a few things that you guys have chosen as some of the more popular topics that you guys are actually, or I should say posts that you guys are actually clicking on. Some of the more popular topics that have come up on various shows, Steven Adler, former Guns N' Roses drummer, seems to underline the word former a lot more now because of a lot of the different things that he's been saying in recent interviews with Mitch Lafon on his One-on-One with Mitch Lafon show, on Eddie Trunk's podcast, and there have been a few others where he's made some statements, some head-scratching statements that make you think that he may not be involved with the band much longer. Also, there's been this whole big type of conspiracy from the wrestling world with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, recording something for a movie that he's involved with. He recorded an in-ring segment after Monday Night Raw this past Monday, and the crowd started chanting for former WWE employee, and one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, I should say, CM Punk, who is now part of, or at least he's a mixed martial artist. They started chanting for him, so The Rock called CM Punk up. You could find that on almost any of the wrestling sites, and various podcasts covered this week. And CM Punk responded via Twitter to The Rock. And the question out there is, was this a work or was it a shoot? So for those of you that aren't in the know with wrestling knowledge, and not to say that I'm in the know, I'm just, I want to be here, a huge fan. A shoot is whether it's something that is done without being scripted, and a work is something that's scripted. So is this a way to have CM Punk come back in? Is The Rock the mediator to bring him back in? WrestleMania is a little less than a month, or a little less than 40 days away, a little more than a month away. So anything is possible. As Gorilla Monsoon used to say, anything is possible in the WWE now. So who knows? We shall see. In any event, supposedly The Rock landed in some hot water for doing this. He's possibly the only person that could get away with doing this and really not land in any hot water, given his popularity outside of the wrestling world, being voted the #1 entertainer last year. All right, now I want to talk about some very interesting interviews that I've come across that I posted about today, basically. So things to check out during this weekend, or you sort of want to get away with not working today, and you want to make sure the clock hits 5 o'clock sooner than it does. You want to make that time go by. So check out some of these interviews. Ron Bumblefoot Thal was on the Classic Metal Show. That was posted earlier today. Check that out. We also have Gus G, who appeared on Iron City Rocks earlier this week. And Mark Striegel from Talking Metal wrote a piece on Gus G on whether or not he's still in Ozzy's band. So similar to what I mentioned earlier with Steven Adler, is it possible that Gus G is out? Is it possible he doesn't even know? So Mark Striegel posted two things over there on TalkingMetal.com you guys may want to check out, where he's talking about bringing Zakk Wylde back to Ozzy's band. And then a day later he posted about Gus G maybe not even knowing if he's in or out of the band based on this interview with Iron City Rocks. So check out my good friend John Caddick's podcast there, Iron City Rocks. Next, Face Culture, coming out of Holland, if I'm not mistaken. They normally tend to focus more on DJ and electronica stuff, and they posted a 2-part interview with Joey Belladonna and Frank Bello of Anthrax. So check that out. I have both parts condensed into one post there on Earpeeler, so definitely check that out. Kurt Angle has made the rounds, the wrestler who will go into the WWE Hall of Fame around the time of, or actually it's the Friday before WrestleMania. So he had a long interview that he did with Vince Russo. So that's on Vince Russo's show. It's actually split up into 2 parts. He was also on Taz's show earlier this week also. So if you look up Kurt Angle right there from the search button on Earpeeler, you'll be able to find that as well. Also another one of my favorites who I actually got to see wrestle in a bullfighting ring here in Spain. None other than the ECW legend, Raven. And he's on the Keeping It 100 with Conan. That was actually released earlier today. So check those interviews out if you're into either hard rock, metal, or wrestling. So that's all there on Earpeeler. So amongst other things. Things that you guys have been clicking on. So these are the top 5 posts as of today. And I'm going to be releasing this video in a little short while. I actually have an interview with John Bush from Armored Saint, which you'll be able to check out in a few weeks. I will be posting an interview with Jack Russell from Jack Russell's Great White, either today or tomorrow. But this will be posted probably before that interview. So let's check out the top 5 posts as of right now on earpeeler.com. Number 5, Absolute Radio. They have an interview with Biffy Clyro, the Scottish band, if I'm not mistaken. They were interviewed on the red carpet at the Brit Awards. The number 4th most clicked upon post as of right now comes from Metal Insider. It is Ghostmane, the rapper, discussing his death metal influences. There are a few death rappers out there who take that same sort of themes from death metal and apply them in rap. So, interesting combination there. Check that out. Number 3 is a gear demo, which comes from In Blues. They are demoing the In Violine Distortion. Comes from Portugal. I did not write the company down. I apologize. I should be plugging you as well. I have not, but go to Earpeeler and check that out. And you'll find all about the demo and this new piece of gear. So, number 2 is The Hustle, episode 83. Leslie Wood from, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, the On Pairs. So check that out. And the number 1 post as of right now, it is Metallica, Collect Them All. Doug Brown, he is a ridiculous Metallica collector from up in Canada. I thought I collected a lot of obscure things. This guy has me beat by a mile, by a million miles. I mean, it's ridiculous. Check out everything that he has. And if you've ever thought that you were a big deal because you've collected 1 or 2 pieces of an album, 65 versions of, I forget if it was Death Magnetic or what album it was. So 65 different versions. So there you go. Check it out. Please support the Patreon campaign, which is what I'm trying to do by promoting, or by putting this video together. I'm trying to promote it. The idea is, if this gets fully funded, for me to do more of these pieces. I'm looking to do a week in review show similar to this. I'm looking to have a show with guests where I throw topics out there, topics that have been popular during the week. Also, sort of, I have an idea for getting show hosts to sort of debate different things also. So we'll see. I do want to thank you guys for checking this out. We are still in the beginning stages, baby steps. We launched on President's Day. Understand a lot of people are out. And also for those that cannot back on a subscription basis, we also do have the good old PayPal donate button right there on the homepage of Earpeeler.com. Just go to right where you see the big Patreon logo on the right-hand side. Right above that, you'll see a thing that says donate. Click on that, and that'll take you to the PayPal page, and you can donate whatever, a few cents if you want to, all the way up to whatever monetary amount you'd like to donate. So thank you again for checking this out, and hope you come back and check out future videos right here on Patreon. So, see you.